guys, what's happening? It's Kanza here. Today I'm going to be doing a brief guide on Percival, and it's just going to be a rundown of his neutral, punishment, and also just like general tips and tricks that you can do with the character. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, talking about his neutral. So 5H, which is this move here, which is basically like his heavy slash, right? No inputs needed, just literally circle, right? This is a very good move because it's got a lot of range to it and it's cancelable into specials. And it's very good with Punisher as well. So what typically happens with people that I've seen play Percival, I'm also Percival main, but what I also see people do at the start of the round is something like this. And because you can cancel that into specials and at close range, you can get more damage off something like this. It's regarded as one of the best with punishers at the moment, so it's a very good move, but it's also got its downsides to it. So you don't want to be mashing this out because it's a good move. One thing to note is that it has a lot of recovery, as you can see. Yeah, there's a lot of recovery behind that. It's got good range, but a lot of recovery. And on top of that, if you use his standing heavy and the enemy block it, they can immediately punish you back regardless of where you are on the stage. So obviously I'm not saying you can punish one from here, but because of the way the move works, I'll show you an example here. There we go. Punish. Yeah, and that's not me making it up, it literally says on the game punish. People can usually super or something afterwards, and it's legit from there. And you can't do a thing about that. So it's a thing of you having to watch out for it. And just make sure that you're using it correctly, regardless of the range between you and the other person. His standing lights are also quite good. His lights are very good for the character, I think, and it's actually necessary for him to have these and for you as a player to utilize them. So typically what you want to be doing is this. So in close quarters you don't want to be throwing this up because it's too sluggish, and there's people with faster normals like Lancelot, for example, who can abuse his records, which typically are pass. So you just want to watch out for that. So technically in close range you just want to be using this, and also his medium, standard medium, because you can cancel it into specials, and you can also use his dash, right? So there's a lot you want to be doing with Percival, but you want to make sure you're in like the correct range. Now, another thing to know, even though I said use his standing medium, is that is also punishable. Here's the example. There you go, punish. Okay, so now not everyone's going to immediately punish it because it's kind of difficult to punish. I'm not saying it's a just for him, but it can be quite difficult to punish, as you see there it did with. So it's something just to watch out for at certain ranges. Another good move that he has, just from his normals, is his 2U, which is his unique attack, which is his sweep. So this has got good range, and you can typically like dash after them or cancel into a special, right? So typically what I do sometimes, if I can hit confirm it, is I'll do this into EX because I get good knockdown and then I have time to charge up. Now his charges, which is his down any button you want, so light, medium or heavy, gives him stacks. Now with stacks he has different effects to the special moves that he has. So if I just do regular EX into low, so this is his dash into low, I don't get anything after this, right? Nothing at all. I'm plus, but that's about it. So if I have a stack, I can actually confirm into a standing medium. And from this I can get conversions, wall carry, all of that, and I can even like that, and that's legit. And that's legit, and they can't block that at all. Once they get hit by that and you've got actual stacks, there's nothing they can do about that. So here's a typical combo that you might see. So there's a live demonstration of it. So just like with punishing it, obviously that's not a legit situation that would probably happen, but just as an example. And another unique move that he has is his command grab. Now his command grab is good, but you have to know how to set it up, because if you just run up to your opponent and do this, as you can see, it will whiff. You have to be like dead on them, literally like this close roughly. Maybe, yeah, not actually kissing them, but you wouldn't think you are. That's the best way that I remember to like try and distance myself between my opponent to make sure that I land it. He has setups for this. So with his dashes, right, he has 3 versions of it. So he has dash into that, which I showed you before, which is his heavy. Dash into medium, which is actually +2 after landing it. And then his low, right? The low is not safe, just remember that. So if I have, I'll record and do that. Punch, okay? So you want to make sure you're actually hit confirming it and not just throwing it out, because you will get punished by a lot of characters. So with his dash, it's actually really good because you can do this, your plus. So you want to make sure like you're in their face and then you can get a grab. So that's 2 things to know about Percival. Just this, and then you can get a grab, or you can go for your little mix, do a footsie, walk backwards, and then go from there. So it's really like, it's a bit more creative, and it depends on just like how you conditioned your opponent and what you're looking for. So now moving on to my next bit, I'm going to be talking about his anti-air options, and then finally I just do a couple of combos in the corner, and then just generally just to give an idea. Percival's anti-air options, they're really good in my opinion. It's a bit slow, but if you get used to the timing, it's not too bad. He has light DP, which is this, which is pretty good in my opinion, and also what do you call it, 2H, right? And if they're directly like over you or behind you, which is a bit riskier to land because some people just jump in and then just whack you, right? So here's an example of just like a regular anti-air situation. So you've got your enemy jump in, try and hit you or whatsoever. There you go. And you can convert from there. Now what I did was I did the 2H, but afterwards I did the dash. So I cancelled into dash, and then you wait for like a split second so you actually end up behind them, and then you can continue hits. That's only on counter hit though. If it's not and it's just a regular hit, they'll just fall down and then nothing happens. So what you could do in that situation is cancel into light DP or something like that. So that's basically his anti-air options. He's also got light DP, like if they just generally jump in on you, you can do that, and then potentially run up and do something or bait them. So you could do this, light dash, and then do something from there. Sometimes it'll whiff like that, so be a bit careful with that. Another thing he's got for his like air game, amongst having like air throw, right, where if they jump in you can knock them down, and then it's your turn to do what you want afterwards as like a little setup. So I'll show you that again. So what you could do is this, bang, as a meaty, right? And then they'd have to block that, and then it's your +2 in that situation. But another thing he's got is in the air he can do jump unique attack, which is his X button on like a PS4 pad, which is U. This is just like a general smackdown. So I'll show you. Bang, okay. Bang, like that, right? 1H plus, and then it's your turn to do what you want. But on block, I believe it's either even or you're still plus. I'm not too sure, but it might depend on the range you use it at. Like that, yeah. So technically, I've seen some people do it. It's a bit raggo, but they DP afterwards if they think the person's gonna like attack or press a button. I don't condone this, but it's just something that I've seen a lot of people do. And then also in the air, he's got his standard. Just heavy hit where he just smacks you with the sword. You can convert from this, so you can bang, bang, bang. Whoop, if you're deep enough. There you go. If you're deep enough with it, and then he's got his medium as well. You can also convert from that. But what I've seen a lot of higher up, like S rank players do with Percival, is that his actual jumping light. What you notice is that with his other moves, after he's thrown them, the animation kind of goes away afterwards, but with his light, you can actually jump in like that if you hold it. Like that. You don't even have to hold it, just press it and he'll jump in with the sword. like that. See, the other one's whiff, but you can actually continue with that. That's just a little thing you can do with his air game. Okay, and then final bit. Okay, so the final bit is just general combos that you can do first of all if you haven't got meter. So you can confirm off of his light jab into DP, like that, which is fine. That's a combo you can do. Sweep into DP. Fireball actually whiffs, so you know, you just be careful not to do that. Just make sure if you can confirm it, go straight to DP in neutral, and then give yourself time to charge up and get your stacks right. Yeah, medium also, standing medium also goes into DPs, which is good. And then his standing heavy can be converted into EX dashes and whatsoever, like that, or even EX DP, right? At closer ranges, if you land the dash into EX sword, which is EX dash into EX sword, you get that, which is a lot more damage. One of the combos what I've seen a lot of people do is use his fire stacks and then use the EX fireball, which allows him to get another juggle. So look, 2H like that. So you can actually continue the pressure. Whereas if you just do it normally, you can okay. So what I've noticed with Percival as well, with certain stacks, actually gets different effects. If you just do standing heavy into EX fireball, you can get mediums off of it, which is pretty good. Oops. Like that. And then what you can probably get a follow up, but I'm not too sure after that. But I know with stacks you can do something like this into your super right, which does a lot of damage just for like landing. Yeah, but that's it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed my Percival guide, like tips and tricks and also things to like look out for. If I helped you in any way, don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah.